Hey there, ready for a deep dive?
Always.
Today we're thinking about AI and its impact on the economy.
A hot topic for sure.
Yeah, and it can sound a bit, well, dry. But then you sent over this paper, AI and the opportunity for shared prosperity, and now I'm thinking, what if this is big? What if this is like, I don't know, the invention of electricity?
That's exactly what this paper is saying. It's not just about like the latest chatbot, it's suggesting AI could revolutionize, well, everything.
Okay, you've got my attention. But like
Right.
WHY, why is AI different from the internet or smartphones? Those were huge. But this paper makes AI sound different.
It's this idea of general purpose technology. Think how electricity isn't limited to one thing. It powers everything. Our studios right now, even.
Right, from my fridge to recording this very deep dive.
Exactly. AI has that same potential. It could impact literally every part of how we live and work, not just make some things a little easier or faster.
So we're not just talking about, like, robots taking our orders at restaurants. We're talking about AI in medicine, transportation, even stuff like music and art.
Exactly. This paper highlights this program, DeepMind's AlphaFold, and it's incredible. It predicted 200 million protein structures. That's like groundbreaking for medicine, and AI did it practically overnight.
Okay, see, now that kind of blows my mind. AI moving that fast? It feels almost like we're giving a toddler a rocket ship.
That's a great analogy, and it highlights something this paper really dives into. Just because we invent something doesn't mean we get the benefits right. Like, how's that saying go? You can lead a horse to water?
But you can't make it drink.
Exactly. And with AI, we really need to think carefully, act deliberately, so we don't fall into what they call the Turing trap.
Okay, now you have to explain that. The Turing trap.
So imagine ATMs, right? They made banks more efficient. But what if, instead of keeping tellers, banks just replace them all with machines?
Jobs lost, no one to talk to at the bank, chaos.
Exactly. That's the trap. Focusing on AI just to cut costs, replace humans, instead of using it to do more, be more.
So it's like we're so focused on making the robot that we forget to think, hey, what happens to the people?
Exactly. And this whole idea of shared prosperity, that's key. It can't just be like a few tech companies getting crazy rich off of AI, right?
Right. It's going to be good for everybody. For people running small businesses, for developing countries, everybody.
Yeah.
So how do we do that? How do we make sure AI makes things better for everyone, not just, a select few?
Well, this paper, it lays out a few important steps. And the first one is we need to think bigger than just the tech itself. Like, think about electricity, right? We didn't invent the light bulb and suddenly every house was lit up.
Yeah, there were power grids to build, safety standards. It was a whole thing.
Huge. Same thing with AI. We can't just build the robots, write the code. We got to invest in retraining programs, new business models, even things like ethical frameworks.
So it's like we need to build a better world around the AI, not just a better AI.
Exactly. And another huge thing is access. This paper points out almost 3 billion people still don't have decent internet.
Which is kind of crazy when you think about it. Most internet users now are in developing countries, right?
Exactly. Closing that gap, that's huge. If AI is really going to be for everybody.
Right. So, okay, say we figure out the access thing. What about the skills? A lot of people are worried AI is going to take their jobs.
And it's a valid concern. But this paper, and a lot of research backs this up, it says it's probably not that simple. Historically, technology usually changes jobs. It doesn't make them disappear.
More of a shift than a total wipeout.
Right. Think ATMs, right? Didn't get rid of bank tellers entirely.
Yeah, but tellers do different things now.
Exactly. So it's about adapting, developing skills AI can't, at least not yet.
But what does that even look like?
Yeah.
Like in an AI world, what skills should I be learning? It's kind of intimidating.
That's the million-dollar question. And the answer isn't just coding, right? It's things like thinking critically, being creative, solving problems, even emotional intelligence. Things that are, so far at least, very human.
So we got to level up our human skills.
Exactly. We got to learn to work alongside AI, know its strengths, but also where it falls short. And where human judgment, our ethics, are still essential.
Okay, so more human, less robot. I like it. But what does that even look like day to day? Are we all going to be like poets and therapists or something?
Well, those are definitely human skills, but no, not everyone needs to go quite that route. It's more about, think about education, right? It can't just be about memorizing facts or even technical skills anymore.
Because AI can do that already.
Exactly. Critical thinking, collaboration, that messy human stuff of solving problems where there's no right answer. Those are the things we need to get better at, that AI struggles with.
So we need to be Like the conductors of the AI orchestra, not just another instrument.
Yes. Learning to work with AI, using its strengths, but knowing when to say, hold on, this needs a human touch. Especially when it comes to judgment calls, ethics, that's still on us.
You've mentioned ethics a few times.
Yeah.
What role does that play in this whole shared prosperity thing?
Oh, it's QGE. Remember that Turing trap we talked about? We could build an AI that's super smart, but if it's making decisions based on biased data, or if we're not thinking about the ethical implications, well, we could end up worse off than when we started.
It's like the AI could be brilliant, but also kind of a jerk.
In a way, yeah. So we've got to bake ethics into AI from the beginning. The algorithms, the data we use, it all matters. And it can't just be on tech people to figure out. Governments, researchers, everyone's got to be involved.
It really does feel like we're at this turning point. We have this tool, this incredible tool, and it could solve so many problems, but it could also create a whole bunch of new ones if we're not careful.
Exactly. The decisions we make now, they matter. Do we want AI to create a future where everyone benefits, or do we just want it to make a few people really, really rich?
I know which one I'm rooting for. And it sounds like this paper, it's kind of like a roadmap. It's telling us, hey, if you want shared prosperity, here are some things you need to be thinking about. And it's not just about the tech itself. It's about the people using it, the rules around it.
Exactly. It's on all of us, this shared responsibility to get it right. And it starts with, well, conversations like this, understanding what AI can do, but also what we want it to do.
Well said. This deep dive has given me so much to think about. Actually, this whole conversation, it made me think, if you could use AI to solve just one problem in your field, what would it be?
Oh, that's a tough one. But you know, if I had to choose, I think I'd focus on education. Like, imagine if AI could help us make education more accessible for everyone. No matter where you live, how much money you have, everyone should have the chance to learn and grow.
That's a fantastic goal. And I think it connects really well with everything we've been talking about today, right? It's about empowering people. It's about making sure everyone has the opportunity to succeed in this new world we're creating. And that, my friends, is a wrap on our AI and shared prosperity deep dive. We covered a lot of ground today, but hopefully you've walked away with a better understanding of what AI can do and how we can all work together to make sure it's a force for good in the world. As always, we want to hear from you. What resonated with you most from this episode? Head over to our website or find us on social media to share your thoughts. Until next time, happy diving.